song on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the block, came back, double up like, ooh, I got a, and a, yeah, met her uptown, but she from the borough, better known as the boogie down. All sucky now, get up out the kitchen, man, I'm cooking now. Brother man, slip me skin, suck it to me, and they gotta shut their mouth when they talking to me. I look around, it's a whole lot of foxy mamas, but I hit the highs, man, don't want the drama. Hey, peace and love, baby, keep it groovy. Every time we pop out, you know it's a movie. If I'm in hot water, then it's a jacuzzi. I gotta shake, so I'm throwing deuces. I gotta, even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I gotta, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me, made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta, I still gotta, I still gotta. Hey, you must be new in here. You see these grown people talking, what you doing here? I gotta have a mind and hit you with a, put your get up off the wall, go on, get it moving here. Yeah, I'm just catching the vibe. I told the valet, take your time, it might get a ride. Floating through the front door, my modest attire. And good Lord, mama, you know you looking divine. I had to turn around, double take a look at that. Girl, you got good taste, where you cook it at? You can mingle with the cool kids. I'm out here sweating like a preacher in a pulpit. Even when I'm down bad, I know how to bounce back. I know I got her, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, and even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I know I got her. I know I got her. Even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. Still got her. I still got her. We got London on the trip.
Whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Small business don't come around.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us in South America in the vibrant and colorful Brazilian beachside city of Rio de Janeiro. But today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Condors of Rio de Janeiro. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now a three-time 1,000-yard rusher, Joe Mixon. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And Mixon going to have the Bengals first down as he'll get this up past the 40.
A solid pickup there by Mixon, and when he's running it this way, the Cincinnati offense takes on an extra dimension. They love to run the football and shut people down with Mixon carrying the load.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And that one caught down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And a 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. That was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
3rd and goal, Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Herb Smith Jr. from 4 yards out. And the Bengals are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
They'll take over. 1st down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Okay, ready?
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the NFL's 3rd leading rusher last year. It's Nick Chubb. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Ready?
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going out wide, finds Chubb. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave. Embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's... And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Nick Chubb. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Condors respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Now Cade York for the extra point. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But the two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coach to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, here we go. I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0, like Jim Otto used to wear, or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Mixon with a first down carry. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
On one, ready?
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Hey, we gotta go score.
And they go play action now. Burrow. They got his man complete. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 59 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
11.
Here's a run with Mixon, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to widen their advantage. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 8.
Condor 6.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
Dragon 60.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action Week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We saw him the last partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Here we go.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. The pitch to Fournette. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Street. 19 type. 79 Broncos. Ready.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And now off to the races down the right side. Still going inside the 20. And touchdown. Nick Chubb. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Condors have cut the lead back down to 2. Kevin Stefanski going to leave the offense out to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. That's caught at the 1. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
A gain of 13 yards.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Fans, a reminder, coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for highlights and analysis and scores from around the NFL here in this opening weekend.
Let's put the coach to work.
Mixon running wide side. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. Back to Mixon on second down. 55 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. They will throw on first down with Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 40 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense. But on game day, they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, already his second touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Bengals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Warriors 70.
He'll drop to throw. He's got the connection to Cooper. Room past the 35 and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. 2nd and 6. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Finally, this defense makes a stand. They'd given up touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but here they said, we've got to put a stop to that. Good coverage there to force a punting situation and a 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So
it's a new season, so both these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments
to check
after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
First down and 10.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. And now they're in the hurry-up.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up third and
18 rattler, 18 rattler.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. We've got a close game. The offense has played well, but right now they've got to keep their foot on the gas.
And that carries with it an extra bit of pressure, doesn't it? As much fun as they're having right now, they're locked in, really clicking on all cylinders. They also know that if they ever miss a chance to put points on the board, they've actually put their team in jeopardy. And that's not how you want to play the game. It's supposed to be complementary football, offense, defense. But today, it's all offense for them.
Yeah, they've been playing with a sense of urgency. It's probably going to need to continue.
Here we go, here we go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
11.
Running left, it's Mixon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 93 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Drew Sample. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. A solid stiff arm. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. He's to the 15, and he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. 36 yards on the play. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Nick Chubb with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Condors are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. This time, the extra point up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Boy, it's only a one-score game. Third quarter, mind you, but they're going to go for the onside kick right here. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Mixon on the toss right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends.
Here we go.
2nd and 16.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
99 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over this entry mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. They set up the screen to Chubb. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
In motion, the tight end. They'll look to throw here on first down. Drops it off for Chubb. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down.
So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
You know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
Rolling to his right.
Got a man. It's short. It's complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 42.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's first and 10. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
They run again on first down. Chubb. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9.
18, Pioneers.
They'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's third down now.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Set up. Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers. Anyone who's going to lay down a block, don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Here we go.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive game. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Now it's Burrow. Flushed out right. And I think the ball's out. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way.
I know you're looking at the scoreboard clock. We're getting taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it a cost. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. They'll come up now on second down. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
This definitely four-down territory at this point, but a critical third down here.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
He's going to let it fly.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. That is intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10.
Here's first and 10.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week one. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Bengals, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat.
And they'll be on the road next week.
She keep looking at me like she feeling me. Girl, the way you be moving and stuff you be doing, you tripping out and it's killing me. Man, that's what I got, you be tripping. I can't even do it, my girl, I'm Tiffany. Damn, and she tryna cut me off. No, she cannot do it, no, she cannot listen to me. Mark your spot, that boy get. Don't send him the car, he finna get blessed on. I get the pay, but I'm talking about Benjamin Franklin. Not talking about the one that you sketch on. He play dumb, get his gone. Hit a crib, but he loving on red bone. Nah, I'm hard to reach, I'm bout my cheese. I'm moving around with two phones. Move around like an island boy, but it ain't for the head, cause I keep me a vest on. Get down like the Backstreet Boys, cause it make you dance, but you better get your groove on. And I'm not talking about, but it too strong. Talking, then we get it started. Pull up in the U-Haul, you get your move on. And they know they ain't seeing us. You pull all your opinion, I double cup. Wanna step at yourself, are you good enough? Wanna step at yourself, are you hood enough? If I hear them kids, know you pulling up. And now you laid out, they don't get enough. I'm with your girl in the bedroom, and it sound like shit. I draw that little boy, ain't no getting up. Shorty, your horsey, I told her they like young city, yo. The granny, I had to tell her pick it. You wouldn't feed up anything under 18, just like Madden. From the club, she like 5'3", I think it ain't Lydia. You know we unstoppable, man, it's impossible to stop us, we for sure on the road. Stay to myself, stay off the medium, chillin', ain't gon' play with the trolls. Going 100 in the I-8, I pray to God we don't lose control. No, I'm on a paper chase, my little whip on cruise control.
Came a long way, came a long way, came a long way, came a long way.
Been a long way, real long way. And it's still that way. Still that way. Still that way. Still broad day. Live that way. Drill that way. Came a long way. Real long way. Been a long way. Real long way. And it's still that way. 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 Eastside Johnny. Pull up with the mob. Real John Gotti. Grinding from the bottom. Blood on my hands, ain't no dirt on my body. With big body. Block, it'll be a real big problem. Whole lot of prize. That's something you don't know nothing about it.